Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. A certain Pharisee invited Jesus to dine with him, and he entered the Pharisee's house and reclined at table. Now there was a sinful woman in the city who learned that Jesus was at table in the house of the Pharisee. Bringing an alabaster flask of ointment, she stood behind him at his feet, weeping, and began to bathe his feet with her tears. Then she wiped them with her hair, kissed them, and anointed them with the ointment. When the Pharisee who had invited him saw this, he said to him, "If this man were a prophet, he would know what sort of woman this is who is touching him, that she is a sinner." Jesus said to him in reply, "Simon, I have something to say to you." "Tell me, teacher," he said. "Two people were in debt to a certain creditor. One owed 500 days' wages, and the other owed 50. Since they were unable to repay the debt, he forgave it for both. Which of them will love him more?" Simon said in reply, "The one, I suppose, whose larger debt was forgiven." He said to him, "You have judged rightly." Then he turned to the woman and said to Simon, "Do you see this woman? When I entered your house, you did not give me water for my feet, but she bathed them with her tears and wiped them with her hair. You did not give me a kiss, but she has not ceased kissing my feet since the time I entered. You did not anoint my head with oil, but she anointed my feet with ointment. So I tell you, her many sins have been forgiven. Hence she has shown great love. But the one to whom little is forgiven loves little." He said to her, "Your sins are forgiven." The others at table said to themselves, "Who is this who even forgives sins?" But he said to the woman, "Your faith has saved you. Go in peace." The Gospel of the Lord. The Pharisee has invited Jesus to dine with him. And when you look at this disclosure and you close your eyes and sort of think about it, it becomes evident that this Pharisee has invited Jesus as a novelty, a showpiece, a tribute to his vanity, to show that, "See, Jesus has come to my house." And at the same time, he does not extend customary hospitality demanded by his cultural norms. And so one could almost say he didn't want Jesus to appear to be too close to him so that people would talk about him. He didn't really want to court Jesus' favor. He just wanted a showpiece in his house. Even Judas gave Jesus a kiss. But this Pharisee could not even do this. The Pharisee is the one who clears his conscience by saying, "I had lunch with Jesus." However, his heart was closed. It reminds you of a couple of chapters later when St. Luke quotes Jesus saying, "I don't know where you are from. Depart from me, you evildoers." He says this to those who said, "We dined and ate with you, Jesus. I don't even know you." Now, on the other hand, this sinful woman, she goes to Jesus at great risk because she's a known sinner. She goes into a public event at the risk of being harassed and ridiculed because of the baggage she carries. However, she provides Jesus, in her own way, with something far beyond the general hospitality that it's expected. She is being extravagantly humble in caring for Jesus. She opens her heart to Jesus. You can almost hear Joel in the background saying, "Rend your heart and not your garments, and return to the Lord, for he is gracious and merciful." She, in her humble hospitality, opens her heart. And that is where we all need to be. And then Jesus, he pours his heart into hers as a response. The Pharisee had no place in his heart to receive Jesus. However, this woman receives in advance what would pour from the heart of Christ crucified on the cross. This woman stands for all of us as an icon of the heart of Christ, rend open to welcome anyone who would humbly come and dare to enter the heart of his mercy.
Regina Celi, letare